Yo, what's good? This is your boy Derrick Branch here of SportsView360.com covering the Memphis Tigers today. And today we got some new news concerning the Memphis Tigers football team this time. And the news is that Nevada transfer portal wide receiver Cortez Braham has made the decision to commit to the Memphis Tigers for this upcoming season. The commercial appeals, Jonah Dillon, Memphis football beat reporter, had it first. So this move significantly enhances the Tigers' wide receiver room. This guy has a lot of upside based on what I've seen, based on the highlights, based on what I've observed from him. He was the Nevada Wolfpack's leading wide receiver last year, and he knows he has some he's worked with the projected starter Brendon Lewis, who was also at Nevada last season as well. So I'm pretty sure that Brendon Lewis played a huge hand in the recruiting of Cortez Braham to the University of Memphis. Now, his numbers, the way they utilize him in Nevada, I went back and looked at the highlights, look at the tape, the footage. Um, he is a chain mover. He caught a lot of passes last year. He's a guy that can move the chains, pick up first downs. They utilized him a lot in the short to intermediate passing game last year. A few deep throws here and there, but for the most part, he moved the chains on third down. Possession receiver. I think they could utilize him in the slot on the outside. 6'2", 197 pounds, physical guy from Baltimore, Maryland. So a huge pickup for the Memphis Tigers offense. And with the addition of Braham to this offense, you now have a receiver room that consists of Brady Cluse, who a lot of people have huge expectations of this upcoming season, Keandre Henry, Xavier Johnson. So receiver, the wide by far, this is the most experienced wide receiver coming to the program for the Memphis Tigers because last year they lost a lot of guys last year, playmakers, three huge contributors. You lost Rock Taylor to the NFL. Kobe Drake is gone. Demir Blakemancy, he's gone to the NFL. So that's a lot of mouths to feed, a lot of mouths to um a lot of hands to a lot of receivers, a lot of contributors right there to replace right there. And the addition of Braham to this offense is huge for Memphis. And I think it just adds a bit of intrigue, more intrigue to who's going to win this conference this upcoming season. Because a few days ago, it was reported that Tulane added a quarterback out of BYU last year. That their quarterback he transferred. Well, he got dismissed from the program because of a off the field issue, but he's now at Tulane, and I think he's going to be the projected starter eventually. And they still, but despite the turnover that they went through, they still feel as though they're the best team in the conference. You know, so this thing, adding a guy like Cortez Braham to the offense, to the passing game, makes things even more interesting for the American Conference, for the Memphis Tigers as well. This is a guy that um, Brendon Lewis is very familiar with in the passing game. They worked together at Nevada. And I heard about this story, this report coming down a few days ago. And he had eliminated quite a few suitors for him for his services, but he had limited his choices down to UCLA and Memphis. And I was just thinking, like, man, UCLA, that's gonna be tough to go up against, but never turned out, never count out Memphis, Ryan Silverfield, the recruiting power, the NIL, the money and all that. Never count that out. and they got it done. Because he chose Memphis over a powerful school. A school that has a guaranteed shot if they have to. I don't think they're going to the playoffs, but if they have a really good year, they're going to go to the playoffs. UCLA, because of the conference they're affiliated with, and mainly based on their name, UCLA, the UCLA Bruins. And that's huge. You know what I'm saying? That's huge for Memphis because UCLA also nabbed Nico from Tennessee when he got into the transfer portal. They made the move to acquire him, and this would have been a huge move for them if they had to add Cortez Braham to their passing, to their offense to work with Nico, the former Tennessee Vol. But Braham is a Memphis Tiger, and this is a huge upgrade for that offense. Made them even more potent. I think the type of receivers they have, a lot of possession guys. I just think that the Tigers are going to be a very run heavy offense this season. They've done that. Not saying that they've done it in the past, but I don't think you have the burners, the weapons that you had on the outside like you had with Blake Massey, um, Kobe Drake, Sly Guy, um, Rock Taylor. But I think Braham is a guy that's is good enough to get the job done. I think he can get the job done, and I'm looking forward to seeing how well he gets acclimated into the system that's ran by Tim Cramsey, the offensive coordinator. See how quickly he can, come into join this team and make an impact. So we'll forget to find out in that first game at home against Chattanooga. So we'll see. All right, so that's you all for right now. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. How do you feel? How do you feel about the Tigers adding Braham to this offense? Do you think that makes them a lot better going forward? And have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.